We are. Eddie McGuire is in the studio, and what amazing timing, Eddie, because Fev just put forward this whole plan he's got for Andrew Dillon. He's going to put it in writing to reschedule this whole part of the year.
Yes.
Bye weekend's a disaster. Whoever thought of that?
Now, I know. I just have to hear what Eddie wants. Can you just succinctly explain your plan?
You're not scrapping the bye week, by the way.
No, not scrapping the bye week. So moving the bye week, so you roll straight into finals. You don't give an advantage to the teams that finish 6th, 7th, 8th. That you just roll in, and then you have it NFL style, and you love your son's over there playing college, and we know what it's all like.
Buckeyes.
So on the week off, on the bye weekend, on the Monday, you have the Brownlow medal, so everyone can participate. You don't have interstate teams in another room. If someone wins it, it's embarrassing. You're just watching the TV anyway. And then on the Tuesday, you have the day off, and then Wednesday, you have the All-Australian dinner, where you celebrate the All-Australians, give it its night on its own, and then you do the Rising Star, the Jim Steins Medal, the Mark of the Year, all that sort of stuff, so it makes the Brownlow go quicker. Because we just want to see the highlights and the votes. That's what we don't want to see half the front bar in the middle of it, a couple of comedians doing gags, just roll it through. On the Thursday, you do an open MCG
Didn't
media.
he just do this before?
He's done all
okay, go on.
Yeah, you said you didn't hear.
Oh, it's right. I heard. I get it. I get what you're saying.
Oh, you did hear it. And then on the Thursday, you have an open MCG for Media Day where all the players go in. Friday, you do the Legends game.
We're back.
Raise money. 2.5 million people watched it. It was a big deal.
Yes.
On the Saturday, you do the VFL Grand Final. Give it its own stage. Monday, Festival of AFL Grand Final, and you roll in.
Yeah. No, that all makes perfect sense. And I'm not going to discredit that at all because that has been put forward. But let me just take you back to why it was what it was. We had people tanking. Also, to your point, we extrapolated out from a Final 4 to a Final 5 to a Final 6 to a Final 8. But the bigger it got, the less anyone could actually win. So only the final top 4 were actually going to win. So as a result of that, we've had teams like Brisbane, Western Bulldogs come from outside the 4. Hawthorn was exciting this year getting to a preliminary final. It meant that you could actually get set. The other thing is, if you go back and have a look at your YouTube highlights of finals in the first 2 weeks, the joint was half empty because they couldn't get the ticketing right. People couldn't get themselves set. That week has made grand final week become grand final month. And as a result of that, the amount of money that comes in, the TV ratings last weekend through the roof, 99,000, 95,000, 100, Adelaide Oval completely packed out. Everyone's able to get there.
Yeah, because big clubs are in.
Blah, blah, blah. But I'll
if
see you ratio.
If Collingwood wasn't playing, they wouldn't be like that.
The year before, Western Bulldogs and Hawthorn had 96,000 at the
Hawthorn,
MCG for an all-time record.
It's not the Bulldogs.
I'm not arguing. I'm putting forward why we do it. Yes, I agree with what you could do with that situation, Fev, no doubt about it. But I'll also say that 2 weeks of covering 2 teams, people were going nuts. I mean, it's hard enough when it's down to 2 in grand final week. So, look, it all goes back to 1977. They decided to turn grand final week into something big. It was the first time it was televised. There was the draw between Collingwood and North Melbourne. Channel 7 sprung $100,000, which was the king's ransom. Barry Crocker sang the before the game. He sang The Impossible Dream, which was Collingwood going from last to first in that particular year. All those sorts of things. Yes,
I'll throw up one more thing for you, buddy.
Yeah.
So,
by the way, I liked what Eddie said.
Yeah. Who do you want playing in the grand final? The best players. The best players you want on the park.
Yeah.
Tom Stewart. Arguably top 3 players.
Next year they'll bring in 21 days for concussion. It won't make any difference.
Yeah, but
you can't wait for people.
But what I'm saying is it doesn't give him an opportunity to play in a grand final, but if he had a week off, it gives him an opportunity. It gives them, you want the best footy. It gives them the best opportunity to get their bodies right, and you're going to have the best of them.
And that's why we have the bye before the final.
No, but that's just helping the teams that are outside the top 4.
No,
You've got to earn the top 4, and that's your privilege. You get to play, and you get that week off.
There's been 2 teams that have got there outside the 4 to the grand final in the history, so it's not helping them that much. And, mate, there's always going to be somebody. It's what we're going to look at concussion. Concussion's the same as a hamstring. It's a medical situation. If you've got it, it's unfortunate, and that's just part of the game. People miss grand finals every year.
They do,
now,
but not through
I love this.
This
has been a great debate.
Anyway.
But can we also talk the Brownlow? Because the contentious...
Yeah, the Wanganeen Malera.
There we go, that one.
Let me give you 30 seconds on that. Now, I'm going to... Even after what they did to us on the weekend, I'm going to support the umpires a bit here, okay?
What's happened to you?
I thought they were pretty good.
This is fun.
I'll say this.
Are you concussed?
In the moment, Viney didn't know where he was. The Melbourne coaching box, even though they had 45 seconds in between a goal, couldn't get themselves set up. The umpires are trying to tell the players the rules because they didn't know the rules in the first place. Then they had to get back to make sure that in the forward 50 that the ball was going in there, that they were set up. They don't even know half these things. Now, what we do is we hide them away, the umpires, after they've run 25 kilometres. They're exhausted after an end of the game, as if it's the papal conclave. And we lock them out. And we give them the technology of Morse code compared to the rest of the world with AI and expect them to come up with these things. Now, don't forget, with all the stats and all the replays and all the experts of the media and everybody else, they still cocked up the All-Australian Award, okay? They still couldn't get that right. So what I'm saying is, to your point, Fev, and I agree with you, is that we should be giving a bit more information, and possibly they should have a little meeting on a Monday, as every football club does when they pick their best and fairest, and they go through the tape so that therefore a full forward or a centre-half back might come into contention rather than just the midfielders.
Yeah, because it is a midfielders. The umpires shouldn't be voting on it.
Well, they are. It's their award. If you want to change the award, if we want to have the Favola award, if we want to have the media award, I think we've got the media awards, and I think we've got the All-Australian awards, and we've got everything. This is the umpires award, and that's what it is. So
you talk
can't
about
have an umpires award and say somebody else should do it.
You're only talking about one instance, that last goal, but he kicked 3 goals and had 33 touches before then.
Yeah, I know, but don't forget when the siren went, Melbourne were in front, weren't they?
Everyone was laughing.
Hang on. Was Melbourne in front when the siren
Who won
went?
the game?
Yeah, I know that, Fev. I'm with you. I'm just saying, I'm trying to give you an insight into where the poor old umpires.
I know where the umpires, they shouldn't have to go in there after running 25K.
We gave him a Lexus from Lexus of Blackburn because we decided on Footy Classified it was the best game by a player in the entire year. Yeah. I'm in vigorous agreement with you.
Well, you should have given him a Mercedes-Benz from Berwick. That would have been heaps better. Hey, I did read a stat because it is a midfielders.
It's stolen by now.
It is a midfielders award. That's what makes it boring because there's some forwards, Cameron Gunston kicks 7, Hogan kicks 7, and they don't really see that because they're running back to the middle, blah, blah, blah. And I saw a stat yesterday, and someone sent it to me. Out of the 74 players since 2010 that had kicked 7 goals plus, only 3 times has that person not polled a vote. Well, do you know who that was?
Who was that?
Me.
Well, don't be too disappointed. I think Peter Hudson kicked 16 one day and got 2 votes. So.
One vote. It's because I hammered the umpires. I get it, but isn't that amazing?
Yeah,
that's ridiculous.
See, but that's the other thing that comes into account is that it is about being the fairest and best. It's not the best and fairest, it's actually fairest and best. So there's a little bit of that involved, which makes it quirky.
And I like what you said, Eddie, because it's the umpires award.
That's what it is.
There we go. That's what the Brownlow is. No, but then I agree, change it. Yeah. Don't make it the umpires award.
Let's take everybody forward into the new world of technology. I mean, it's a bit like, it's funny, you go to the football and the only people who don't know what the time clock is that counting down is those on the ground. We've got people holding up hamburgers and all this stupid stuff. Everyone's got it listening on the radio, or they've got it on their app, and you're going, mate, what is this? It's like going to a pantomime. He's behind you. Just put the countdown clock up on the screen.
That's so true.
Footy shows back?
Yes.
Well, it's the My Room telethon, that's for sure. You going to come drop by?
Yes, I'd love to.
No, we'll get you guys along sometime. But so raising money for My Room, the kids with cancer. Harris Andrews going to drop by. Geelong guys were crossing, I think, to Ollie Dempsey down there. And who else? We've got the Bonts coming through, Crippers coming through, all the superstars. I think we'll get a Dacos or a Dakai. We might get the 2 of them. That's the plural.
Snoop Dogg popping
They're
in.
hanging out with
we hope
Snoop.
that the Snoop will come out. He's going all right, the Snoop. Did you see he kicked one from the boundary line? I think that's why the AFL are a bit slow on the drug policy. Maybe
improving things.
I needed a bit of Snoop Dogg watching the footy last week after some of the umpiring decisions. I might have actually indulged for the first time in my life. You never know.
I hope the Dacosses don't get Asada drug testing them today because with the smell that might have gone off.
Well, that's the big concern is actually the green room is between the 2 change rooms. And
I said this yesterday.
He might light up a spliff as big as the MCG itself.
Every day.
There he is.
It's a great charity and you do a great job on My Room. They raise some money. I watch it every year.
Margaret Zeta does a magnificent job setting it up.
Lovely Margaret Zeta.
Channel 9, tomorrow night, 7:30. Before you go, Eddie, tips for the grand final. Who's going to win?
Well, I think Geelong wins. I think they've been trained beautifully. They use the draw. They get the draw. That's the draw. but they have set themselves up
Perfectly
and got them absolutely going, other than Tom Stewart, which is a football tragedy that he's unable to play, because I find him to be one of the great players and great people and a statesman of football.
If you change the bye, it wouldn't happen.
What's that?
If they change the bye, you'd be fine.
You're anticipating that they played a concussion, which, so you can't do that because you blokes are suing everybody.
Hey, I was going to sue,
can't have
Ed.
both, mate.
I was going to sue, but we brain scanned
We
my
did a
brain.
test on his brain and it's perfect.
And they said it's perfect, so everything I did was my own fault.
The problem was his IQ actually went up.
Eddie, thank you so much.